We're going to discuss why so many people are so low in energy today. They feel completely wiped out, zonked, and exhausted. I hear it all day long. And I've experienced it myself, so I don't sit here above anyone saying, oh, I'm out here running marathons. I can take an adrenal cocktail or I can take some sort of drink and I'll just be, full of energy, or I can flood myself with caffeine and I'll be great. No, because you're always going to have that crash. So there are so many root causes. And here at Julie B for Health, I don't address labels. I don't do labels. I figure out why. And if I have to dig and research and continue to dig and research to get the whys, that's what I do. So there's lots of root causes. And number one is EMFs. We are being blasted by frequencies. Now, don't let this confuse you between good frequencies and bad frequencies, meaning Rife machines, life system biofeedback. Those are all great frequencies. But I'm talking about like frequencies like RF, power line, 5G, 6G, which is terahertz. I'm talking about evil corruption. I won't go too far into that rabbit hole. But EMFs and frequency smart meters are destroying people. It literally depletes the entire mitochondria, meaning our cellular health and function. And you say, okay, Julie, well, how do I fix that? And it's tough because you have to watch where you live, what you're using. You have to shield your home. It becomes a big deal that becomes very expensive. So that's a whole other video that we can talk about on how to protect and shield yourself and your room and your home. But I can tell you that it is a major, major root cause. And you're getting it not just in your home, but you're getting it in your workplace. You're getting it in stores that you go to. You're getting it everywhere. The technology that's out there today from the evil corruption is mind-blowing. And I'll just leave that there. I have to watch my words. Number two, mold toxicity. Mold will completely shut down the entire immune system to where you feel like you have literally had like your heart stop. And people don't understand the severity and the complexity of mold toxicity. And I'm not talking just mold growth. I'm talking mold spores. I'm talking about mycotoxins. Things that are in the air that we don't see because they're microscopic. That is killing the mitochondria, again, our cellular health. I have so much knowledge to share that's in this brain of mine, and I feel like I could do like 100 videos, but I'm going to try to crunch this into one and not go into extensive detail. Another thing that's depleting people's energy are parasites. And yes, you watching this video, if you have a pulse, you have a parasite, and more than one parasite. You have all parasites, and there's literally like 500 different kinds of parasites. But parasites are known to completely, again, deplete the mitochondrial health, deplete the immune system. A lot of people who are anemic, they're low in iron, it's because they're riddled in parasites. So until you decrease your toxic load, you're going to still feel like that. I don't care if you drink 20 cups of coffee per day, You have your Starbucks, you have your electrolyte drinks, you have your powder drinks, whatever your, pick me up is. That's just a band-aid. If you want to treat root cause, you have to get to why. And you always have to ask why. Lyme spirochetes, meaning Lyme disease, Borrelia burgdorferi, and the co-infections of Lyme, Babesia, Bartonella, Mycoplasma pneumoniae, or ehrlichiosis. I could go on all day long. These particular bacterial infections, these spirochetes, are literally like this is how fast they move. They're like a corkscrew, and they burrow themselves into joints, organs, muscles, tissue, heart, brain, etc. Kind of falls into that whole organ category I just talked about. And they will also deplete you of energy, messing with your neurotransmitters, the same as parasites. So again, you can see there's not just one root cause to why you have low energy or you're completely exhausted. Also, the V word, and I'm not going to say it, not because I'm scared. I'm not scared at all. I just don't want my video to get blocked. But the V word that ends in an S is a huge issue. That in itself, I could pull out an insert and show you what you've put into your body if you've taken any shot. There's a better word. And not only what you've put into your body, but what you are now transmitting. We call it the transmission of spike proteins, as well as other things that are being transmitted. So then they're shedding. And so even if you haven't taken that V of all kinds, and I don't just mean the COVID, I mean flu, I mean any of them, which is a huge topic, and I'm probably going to ruffle some feathers here. But there is so much that we are getting just destroyed with because of what also is being transmitted bodily fluid, which means semen and saliva, and what is just in the air. What else am I forgetting? So I know there's many depletions of energy and exhaustion. And a lot of people will come back at me and say, well, it's your hormones. It's your thyroid. And I go, okay, well, wait a minute. Yeah, I don't disagree with you that the thyroid can make you tired, for sure. But let's stop and say, well, wait a minute, but what is the root cause of why the thyroid is not functioning properly? Because people will come at me all the time, and as a certified health coach of 7 years, they'll say, well, I have this autoimmune condition. And I go, well, wait a minute. Auto means self. Immune means your immune system. God did not create our immune system to attack itself. The body doesn't attack itself. Your body just doesn't attack your thyroid or attack your organs. There's something underlying. Again, it can be parasites. It can be, mold. It can be Lyme. It can be a lot of things that's making those organs not function properly. So people will come at me with like, well, your thyroid. Yeah, the thyroid definitely has to function or you will be tired. But the thyroid needs selenium, it needs zinc, it needs iodine, it needs iron, but it also needs a decreased toxic burden. So again, when people give me these labels, I rebuttal and I come right back and I'm like, my job is to educate you and say, sure, your thyroid may not be working correctly because you've had XYZ test, but why? And then people will come at me and say, it's cortisol. Okay, sure, it could definitely be cortisol. But what is causing your cortisol levels to either spike or decrease? Well, the neurotransmitters in your brain are not working because, again, XYZ, parasites, Lyme disease, mold toxicity, EMFs, and the whole 9 yards. And then, of course, our food sources are absolutely destroying us. Folks, I'm here to tell you, I'm 50 years old. I don't feel 50. I don't feel like I look 50. But I have never in my 50 years of life seen such a decrease in the garbage that's out there. The dyes, the glyphosate, the nanotech. I can sit here all day long and people will say, well, I eat whole foods. What's a whole food? Really? Whole foods don't even exist anymore. Sure, it's better than going and eating a bowl of Fruity Pebbles, but like non-GMO doesn't really exist anymore. The things that they're injecting into our fruits and our vegetables and even our meat, the mRNA tech, like all the stuff that's going on, I could go on all day long. So our food sources are killing us. And I don't want this video to be like a Debbie Downer video. I want it to be educational. And really where I'm getting at with this is there comes a point where you're like, well, what do I eat? If meat is bad, which I'm all for meat, I'm going to tell you to eat as much meat as you can. Try really hard to get it from, a local farmer and try to do what you can there. And I'm going to tell you to eat the eggs. I'm going to tell you to do all of those things. Just stay away from all the processed garbage. And sure, I think fruits and vegetables are okay in moderation, but I'm going to tell you to stick as close to carnivore as possible because that's what is going to help you to feel the best. You need the iron, you need the minerals. But it does come to a point where it's like we are in a time where we're screwed. And again, I don't want this to come off as a negative video. I really don't. But I'm just being real, raw, transparent with you that it is so much different now than it used to be. And I cringe. I take a lot of deep breaths and I sigh, and there's a sense of anger sometimes, and there's just, if I could use we need a shake my head emoji is what we need, because I'd be shaking my head emoji all day long because we are just getting destroyed. And again, people will say, well, grow your own. Okay, well, I can grow my own. That's great. Under an aerosol sky, that's tainted with, all types of aluminum, barium, strontium, nanotech, Morgellon fibers. I mean, hopefully someone here is saying, come on, somebody, I see where she's at here. And so what I can tell you is do the best you can when it comes to your food sources. Again, stay away from sugar, stay away from the processed garbage, but you also have to make sure that you are trying your hardest to get some exercise in, even if it's just a nightly walk or it's, you're on the treadmill for 30 minutes. You have to be outside in nature. Get yourself in some sunlight. Get yourself grounded into the ground and let those frequencies kind of run through the body. Put yourself in a sauna. Put yourself in a foot bath. Put yourself on a Rife machine. And again, I'm not telling you to buy all these things, but if you have it, use it. Use red light therapy that is so great for, helping the mitochondria, kind of boost itself back up. Keep your immune system boosted with great, organic herbs and different kinds of, elderberry is amazing, and just different like supplements that replenish the body. Use quality electrolytes. Don't get this bull crap that has natural flavors, which is AKA Aspergillus niger. It's citric acid, it's black mold. Don't use the artificial sweeteners. Make sure you're using quality. Get bioplasma cell salts. I wish I had them in front of me. There's a ton of minerals that these little tablets that you just place under your tongue, you'd be surprised what they do. They're actually a homeopathic. These are the electrolytes I recommend. Quint Essential 3.3 sachets. They're not even a powder. They're literally seawater with a bunch of trace minerals. And they have calcium, magnesium chloride, sodium, and potassium. And you can literally just open this, drink it as a shot, and be done. And there's definitely things that you have to do to keep your body moving. You also have to keep your brain in the right spot, which is hard because right now people are stressed. There's a lot of uncertainty in the world, and I get it. I'm on my knees a lot praying. I discern, I question, I research. I probably tick a lot of people off, and that's okay. I don't care because I know that God has called me to do this work, and if he didn't, I wouldn't do it. And I know that, some of the things I say are hard pills to swallow, and my boldness some people don't like, but I've helped hundreds of people heal, and I'm not going to stop. And I too was only given 3 months to live in 2018, and here we are in 2025, and I am healed. I am healthy. I am healed. I am whole. I am chosen. And I know the plans, 29:11, Jeremiah 29:11, that God has for me. Plans to prosper, not plans of fear. Even though, there's going to be those days where we do have fear and we do question and we do have uncertainty. But I will tell you, I've never seen so many people so wiped out and blank and deer in the headlight look and not comprehending and staring off. And I believe it's a combination of everything I just discussed, all those root causes. And I'm sure there's something I've left out. If I have, you can mark it down below in the comments. But I just think that, again, I could work, 60 hours a week doing jewelry shows, being a dental hygienist, doing anything I wanted. I mean, my neighbors called me the Energizer Bunny. And I was unstoppable. But this was also years ago. And people say, "Oh, it's just because you're older." Bullcrap. I don't buy that. Because my grandpa was 80 years old riding the Beast at Kings Island. It's an amusement park. He was laying floor in his 70s, maybe even his 80s, and he lived to be 90. So I don't believe it's, "Oh, you're getting older." What happens when you get older and you stop, you become stale, and that's when you die. So keeping your body moving is key. What I believe is going on is all the evil corruption and the toxicity, the high levels of toxicity that we have going on in this world. And something else that I did leave out is all the pharmaceuticals that they push. Don't think that you can take an antidepressant or take an anti-anxiety medication and feel like you're going to have energy. I mean, that's messing with your neurotransmitters and totally depleting your system. So again, those are just some of the key things that I know that is wrecking the mitochondrial health and function. I will put my link tree below because there is a great product too. And I'm not just sitting here trying to sell y'all something. I'm just being real, raw, transparent. There's a great product. Cellcore Biosciences has a Mito, I think it's called Mito Restore, or they've changed it a couple times, mitochondrial. I'm not even sure what it's called, to be honest with you. I have it. I don't always take it, but that's a great product to buy. Quality electrolytes are great. Making sure you're detoxing parasites, making sure that you are shielding your home as much as you can. Like for me, I shut that daggone smart meter off. Like I argued with Duke Energy for days. and they didn't like it. But you get what you want in life if you're persistent and just doing what you can to protect yourself, shield yourself. Hyland's Bioplasma Cell Salts. Those are amazing. I do not sell them. They're inexpensive. You can put as many as you want. You cannot overdose on a homeopathic pellet. And these are little tablets. Put a bunch of them under your tongue. I give them to my daughter. I give them to my pets. And again, just keep the body moving. Work on your brain health. And it's hard, but if we sit all day long negative, which it's I'm laughing because sometimes I have to, like I said, I wish I had a shake my head emoji. We have to try to stay as focused and as positive as possible. Do we get at a low? Yes. Do we get pissed off? Yes. Are we sick of shit? Yes. Excuse my language. But if we sit all day long and we keep fueling ourselves of negative thought after negative thought after negative thought after negative thought, your brain correlates and tells it all. And it correlates right with your gut. Next thing you know, you're very tired. You have slow digestion. You don't feel well. Your neurotransmitters are a mess, your dopamine's off, you're depressed, the whole 9 yards. So laughing is great. Even if you have to laugh, sometimes I just laugh at the shit that's going on in this world today. I'm like, you might as well just laugh, Julie. Laugh and cry, right? But keeping yourself in a repetitive state is really important too. And yeah, sometimes you have to lie to yourself. Like, hey, I got this. I'm doing this today. I feel good. Like, I'm awesome. I'm going to keep doing it. And it doesn't mean that you're cocky or arrogant or you're better than anyone else, but you're fueling not just your brain, but you're fueling your body. And believe me, I get down too. There's days where I'm like, hey, I just want to get in this bed and crawl under the covers, and I don't want to look at a single text call. But I know that if I don't pick myself up and rise up and be this empowered, strong girl that I am, who is called and chosen to do what I'm supposed to do, I will rot and die. And I have a daughter to raise who's depending on me. I have clients that I have to work on and see on a regular basis. I have goals to accomplish. So again, I know that a lot of the video was negative, but it was real, raw, transparent truth. But at the end, I'm trying to boost you up and just keep yourself grounded, keep yourself as stable as possible. It doesn't matter what you believe, but I'm telling you, from me personally, keep yourself close to Jesus. Get yourself in the Word. Trust Him. Keep your eyes focused on the Lord, because we cannot do anything without Him and without His grace and His mercy. Journal. Take walks. Do whatever you have to do to keep yourself sane at this point. Now, I don't mean go do drugs and go become reckless, but I mean healthy things to do to keep yourself sane in a world that is literally on fire. So anyway, I hope that this video has found you well. If you have not joined my YouTube channel, Julie B for Health, subscribed and liked videos and commented below, please do that, because it helps to get the word spread. And we need more people who don't care, and they're bold and they're truthers. And that's who I am. So if you comment and you like and you share, then the word gets spread. If you don't, then they block my videos, because we already know that many evil elites and corruption and platforms do not want the truth out. So share, share, and share. God bless all of you.